Okay, here is my 2005 Honda Accord EX that I paid $1,200 for from a good buddy named Ray. Now, it has a K24A4 with a 5-speed manual from factory. It's not perfect. It's rough around the edges. It has paint fade. The fender's fucked up. The front bumper doesn't have the best paint, but it's $1,200 running and driving. You can't beat it. When you really take a look at it, something stand out a little bit different on it. Yep, I got a turbo. Now here's the journey on that. Now if you're impatient, you can pause it right here. You can see all the parts listed here on the build.
Oh shit, here we go again.
So one of the first things I did to it was I changed the upper and lower ball joints since they're prone to pop out on 7-inch Accords, and I added a eBay intake to it. After that, I was just curious. I didn't want to turbo the car just yet. I wanted to see what this motor could do and this car could do. Completely bone stock at the jack strip, and maybe even toss it on dyno. So that's what we did.
But you see that sucker over there? 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds.
2,000 years later.
Yeah, that was painful to watch. But first pass was 16.7, second pass 16.6, third pass 16.67, and the fourth pass was a 16.2. So we were making improvements. I'm gonna put all the time steps right here so you can pause and look at them from my first to fourth pass on the car. Next thing was to take it to the dyno and see how much it makes completely bone stock with just an intake, no tune or nothing, just a base map pull. Now before you go, okay, when's he gonna make the pull? Okay, he's fucking floored, alright? He's starting in 4th gear, floored to the pedal. This car only makes 160 horsepower crank from the factory. So that it's even making the power that it's making, being a fucking 15-year-old car, is pretty damn impressive. Okay, so here's the dyno graph from it. Alright, I'm just kidding. I'll put the actual dyno graph now. Now, it made 122 horsepower. Granted, this car is a 2005. It is 2023. This car is an 18-year-old car. For it to be making the power that it's making, it's pretty damn good. Alright, so we're going to use this drivetrain loss calculator. So my engine horsepower was 160, but we actually did 122. Oh, goddamn wish. And let's see, 23.75% drivetrain loss. Not bad. Okay, so let's try and use one of these little calculators. So car weighs, with me in it, about 3275, and we'll put the flywheel torque horsepower in. So that is it right there. That's kind of close. Yeah, that's kind of close to what we have. Not bad. We did go a little faster than I predicted, and also I was on a Mustang dyno, so it varies. There's a lot of variables that changes in it. Pit stop to my cousin's house. Hey, look at that.
Would you look at that?
After stopping by and helping my cousin out with his car, we decided to go take a little trip to Mexico.
Keep going, keep going. Right here, hold it.
Okay, so right here, the map sensor says 5.8, maybe 5.9. The car is supposed to be making 16 pounds of boost. We're only making 6. We have a pretty bad boost leak. We didn't figure it out until we got back to the house. And after that, yeah, it definitely made me want to turbo my Accord.
Are you sure about that?
So there I went, straight to eBay, looking up Honda turbo parts. Okay, so eBay didn't really have the best shipping speeds, so I did order some parts off Amazon, but some parts were like the air motor, fuel pressure regulator, the turbo, and just other little stuff that eBay sucks with. And they arrived next day. No, I'm just kidding. Took a while. But things I want to say, the fuel development injectors that I got are not eBay. You can buy them from Jason Waters. I'm not sponsored or anything, but you can buy them from Jason Waters Tuning. Very good injectors. Everything else, practically eBay. So I wanted to make the car make horsepower pretty easily, so I did some porting mods. So the first thing I did was a AEM 340 fuel pump in the car, and then I did a 6 AN fuel feed line, and I used the OEM fuel feed as a return line with this little fitting right here. For the fuel pump housing, I pretty much just drilled a hole and used these two little connectors, bolt connectors, and yeah, use some fuel rated line that are plastic that are good for the fuel tank for E85 and other kinds of fuel, so they won't melt inside the fuel tank. Thanks to Mike for that recommendation. I did have rubber lines that were going to completely disintegrate in there if I left it in there like a retard, so thank you, Mike. Okay, so this is the fuel pressure regulator, got set up in it, the AN lines. So I did pull out the motor because I have to notch this rear motor mount. Also, while I was there, I have to replace a lot of broken motor mounts. Trust me, they were all like that. Shout out to Juan, aka Blue Light Race Cars, for welding up my oil bung. Took the car to my cousin so I could replace the brakes and rotors and also do the intercooler piping mounting. Had to beat the firewall in to fit the turbo. Shout out to Alonz for giving me some tips on it. Then I brought the car to Honda Mike, where he finished up all the poor work that I did to the car. And yeah, did really nice work. Did some nice fabrication on my intercooler piping, welded that all up. He redid my fuel line, mounted them a little bit better than what I had them at. He welded up a full 3-inch exhaust with a vibrant muffler and resonator with an electric cutoff valve. So I was pretty stoked on that to keep the car as sleeper as possible. Although I didn't have enough pipe to get the wastegate to run down with the car into the exhaust as well, so that was just straight up out the hood. Anyways, I like that. I might change it up just to make a hood exit to begin with, but I do like the sleeper look. Also, if you didn't notice, I did paint the intercooler black. One of the final things that I did to the car was I ordered a K-tuner end user chip, and I got it installed locally from H-Car. And then I added this little Bluetooth adapter, and you'll see why right now. But that's pretty much it. It just shows you the displays of everything the car is doing. Also, you could data log off your phone and check temps and stuff like that. So it's a pretty neat little thing. Very limited though, not gonna lie. They need to make some updates for it. But yeah, that's pretty much the Accord how it's sitting right now. I currently just need injectors and to get the car tuned, and it will be up and ripping. So I'll try and stay consistently recording more and pumping out some more videos on it. So yeah.